Hello, hello, it's Reese from Yes Supply. If you are here live, say hello. If you're here live, say hello. If you're watching on the replay, let me know that you're watching on the replay. I love to see who comes by and says hello later. So today we have a question from one of my coaching clients who was in the Membership Muse program, and I'm so excited for her because she's created a plan to quit her job in just a few months, and she had some advice from me on how to stay focused. So go check her out. Her Instagram is Flourish. She makes these beautiful resin sculptures. They're made of resin, but they kind of look like glass, and there's flowers on the inside. They're really, really cute. And so she's taking that full time, and she's also taking her membership site business full time, and she just asked me for a little bit of advice on staying focused. So go check her out. I'm really, really excited for all the progress she's making, and today I'm going to answer her question. So I love answering, sometimes I just come up with ideas of what you guys need to hear from me, and a lot of the time you guys say that it's helpful for you, which is great, but I really, really love answering people's questions, especially my coaching clients' questions, because I just know it's actually really, really changing someone's life that day. So someone just popped in. Who is that? Natalie Theo. Hi. Says, I loved you on the Gary Vee chat. So first off, guys, thank you so much for the hearts. Say hi. Let me know you're here. If you're watching on the replay again, say hi and let me know you're watching on the replay. But today was a really good day. I actually kind of woke up in a weird mood, and I was working on some content for my collective, and I just happened to pop on Instagram, and I was like, oh, Gary Vee's live, interesting. So I popped into his live, and I ended up going live on Gary Vee's Instagram, which was pretty wild. So I was sitting there chatting with him, and everyone said I was pretty chill and pretty calm about it. And I think it's because it all happened so quickly. I barely even realized what was happening. After a few minutes, I was like, oh my God, I'm talking to Gary Vee. That's kind of cool. So that was a really, really cool, fun experience. I was like, oh my gosh. I think I was vibing really high because I did this really amazing manifesting workshop on Friday in Toronto with some incredible girls. I'm actually doing another one in LA, and I'll share details on that later. You can find details on my Instagram. It's yessupply.co/high vibe. But I think I was vibing high from that, and then I did a really cool speaking thing on Saturday, and so manifestation level high, and then you attract cool people into your life. And then my fiance came home from work, his office today, and brought these for me. So overall, it was a pretty good day, and I felt like I was really productive. So side note on that. So I'm going to get into it. I see a lot of questions, and I will go back and answer the questions at the end. You can definitely come to any of my live workshops, even if English isn't your first language. We love you and we accept you, and I know you'll get it. I know you'll feel the vibe. So guys, today we're talking about how to stay focused on your passion when your current career does not allow your creativity to flourish and does not align with your values. And when I saw this question, I was like, okay, I got this, because this actually used to be my life. Okay, a few years ago, I was working in a retail job that I was just completely over. Hi guys, by the way, hi Christy Cardin, hi Cherise. Thanks for joining, hi Chrissy Higgs. So a few years ago, I was working in a retail job that I was just so over. There were days where I was literally crying as I was getting ready for work because it just felt so out of alignment with what I wanted to do, so out of alignment with my beliefs, so out of alignment with my creativity. I had always been a creative person. I had gone to school for visual merchandising, and I just felt all my creativity was just draining out of my fingers into every single sweater that I had to fold over and over again. I could not wait until I clocked out every day. So I totally get it when it doesn't allow your creativity to flourish and you feel like a repetitive robot and you're like, why am I here? And guys, honestly, I am a true believer that if you learned your job in a manual, it's probably a type of job that can be, given to someone else. You can easily be repeated, right? They can easily give that to a robot or give that to someone else. So if you're learning your job from a manual, it's time to increase your value, take more courses, learn online, do whatever you can, because you are more valuable than that. You can create something out of your own creativity and out of your own, pursuits and passions. And so you don't have to settle for just doing what someone else tells you to do. So anyway, I also felt like it didn't align with my values, because I'm a true believer that you can be happy just how you are, and you're good enough and beautiful just how you are. And when I was working in retail, I had to sort of be of the mindset that you needed a new sweater or a new t-shirt or whatever to be beautiful or to be good enough. So it didn't align to me. I was not happy there, and it could be really, really draining. So the first piece of advice that I want to share with you, and thank you guys so much for the hearts. The hearts let me know that I'm on the right track with the content I'm delivering. So please post some hearts for me if I'm saying something that you agree with. Say hello. I really want to hear from you guys. The first thing that you want to do is you want to create a money game plan. And I 100% did this. I looked at, okay, where am I right now? And where do I need to be in order to quit this job and do what I want full time? And actually what happened was, in between the retail job and what I'm able to do now, which is work for myself and help people find their passion and purpose and turn it into a freedom-filled business, in between there, I was actually working at a tech company, and it was actually a really cool job. And I totally manifested that job. I loved the people that I worked with. I loved everything that I learned. But even while I was there, I still knew that my passion was Yes Supply. I came up with the idea for Yes Supply when I was working in retail. And even when I was at the job, I knew that one day I was going to end up doing this full time. And so one thing that I want to remind you is always remind yourself that it's going to happen. It's inevitable for you. So whatever that dream is you have, that passion is you have, say, you know what, this is inevitable. It's not a matter of if I can do it, it's a matter of when I do it. And the law of cause and effect is one of the laws of the universe. It's just as powerful a law as if I were to pick this up and drop it on the floor, it's going to fall because of the law of gravity. The law of cause and effect states that if you are putting forward momentum and energy into the thing that you want, you will create that forward push into making it happen. And yes, there might be little ups and downs, and yes, you might make mistakes along the way. Believe me, I made my fair share of mistakes and failures and feedbacks along the way. But what you need to remember is, as long as you're creating that forward momentum to what you want, it's not a matter of if you can do it, it's a matter of when you will do it. So always remember to just keep moving with that forward momentum. So create that money game plan. Look at your current money situation right now. Do you have savings at all? If you don't, how much savings do you need? Shauna, who asked the question, founder of Solaris Garden, she's in my course where I show you how to create a membership site. And that's the exact same business model that allowed me to leave my job to take my business full time. Because with the subscription service business, you're making consistent income. Whereas with coaching, you have to sort of be like, oh, I get a coaching client next month, or I hope that, I'm not too busy with all my clients or whatever. With a membership site business, you pretty much know how much money you're going to make every month, because once you've built up that amount of clients in your membership business, that number stays very consistent month after month. So it's really, really easy to forecast how much money you're going to make. And it's a very smart business model. Subscription model means your customers, your clients pay every single month. So think of Spotify, think of Netflix, like think of, Apple iCloud, your phone bill, right? All of those different places where you're paying someone every month. That's essentially a subscription service business. And that's a great way to launch a business, because it kind of removes that anxiety of, oh, am I going to get a client next month or not, right? You always know that you're bringing that money in every month. So she's making a money game plan. That's what I'm saying. Make your money game plan. Figure out how much money do I have to have saved so I can pay my bills for a certain amount of time, or how much money do I need to have coming in for a certain amount of time. And remember that even if you haven't quit your job yet, you can still make money before you've quit your job. I made a lot of money before I quit my job because I had bills to pay, right? Like I had a phone bill to pay. I had to pay for my apartment. I had to pay for, internet, heat, like obviously all the normal stuff that we all have to pay for, plus like shopping and clothes and going out for dinner. Like I didn't want my lifestyle to suffer when I took my business full time. So I had to factor in all those things. So remember, you can start making money now while you're at your job. You don't have to wait. And so what I actually did was I had my membership site. I started taking in coaching clients and writing clients before I'd left my job. And then when I went full time with my business, because I knew that I had that money coming in, when I went full time, I already knew how to make money, and B, had way more time. Instead of being at a job for 40 hours a week, I just had 40 hours to sit at home and do stuff. I kept that same work ethic that I was doing in the evenings after my 9-to-5 job, and I did that all day. And then in the first 2 months after quitting my job, I made over like $20,000. It was ridiculous because I kept that same mentality of it. Like, I need to, I did have that hustle mentality, but I kept that mentality of like hustling, putting in the work, doing what I needed to do, and the money came in. So make your money game plan. Start making money right now. Don't think you have to wait to quit your job to make money. You can make it right now, and that way you'll have the skill set to support yourself when you do take your business full time. And make sure you're doing money-making activities every single day. So hi guys, I see some new guys in here joining, and I just want you to say hi. If you're watching on the replay, say hi. I see someone is asking lots of questions, and I am going to stick around at the end and go back through all of the questions. So keep asking and I will answer them all at the end. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. And by the way, let me know what you're liking by leaving some hearts. And if you know somebody who needs to hear this, hit the share button. I really appreciate you guys sharing this out with your friends. So number 2, so how to stay focused on your passion when your current career doesn't allow your creativity to focus, to flourish, and it doesn't align with your values. Number 2 is to set a deadline for yourself. And this is really important, setting a deadline. Because guys, I can tell you that when I started my business, when I just started off as a blog, I didn't even really have, much of anything. When I started off as a blog, there were people around me who have been saying forever, oh yeah, I want to start a blog and I want to do this and I want to do that. And some of those same people are still saying those things, years later, they're still saying, oh, well, one day I'll do that. And I hope, and maybe, no. You set yourself a deadline. If you think I want to be out of my job or I want to be doing something different in the summer-ish, okay, don't say in the summer-ish because that could be summer-ish 2030, right? Say I want to be out of my job by June 2018. Put it on a calendar. Put it on your wall. As soon as you write something down, as soon as you write down an idea, you're manifesting it into your physical world. So write that down, because believe me, when you write it down, you start that co-creation process with the universe. So it's not just you working on your goal. Now the universe is like, oh, you're not just wishy-washy hoping that it happens. You're serious. You put it in your day planner. Hey, Shauna, thanks for joining. You will be out August 5th, and I can't wait to party it up with you. So you put it in your calendar. You say, yes, this is when I'm going to leave. And so even when you're at your job and you're like, tired of being there, it's okay, because you know that you're not going to be stuck there forever. And I see so many people who, they want to start a business, they want to do this and that. They say, oh, well, I don't have a following yet, or I don't have the knowledge yet. But guess what? If you continue to not take the action, then you're still not going to have the following in 2020. You're still not going to have the following in 2025. So the best thing that you can do is fail forward, take the action, start building the following now, start building the audience now, start building the customer base now, because even if you happen to build it slower than the other people, at least you're still doing it. Because do you think that the internet, like this whole internet thing, is just going to stop in a couple of years? Like, do you think that in a couple of years people are going to be like, oh, no, followings don't matter anymore, bye? Like, no, like start now so that in a few years you can have those thousands, because the people who you see now that have 100,000 followers, they're going to be at 1 million. And the people who stay at, wishy-washy, hoping that one day they'll have it, if they stay in that energy, they're never going to have it. So at least start taking the forward momentum. No, it's not going to be perfect. It's never perfect. But know that if you just put in your best effort and you do everything with a sense of excellence and from a place of trying to add value for the people that you want to help, you are going to gain that forward momentum. And that's what's really, really important. Okay, so set that deadline. And now that you know what that deadline is, so let's pretend the deadline is August 5th, 2018, because that's what it's going to be. Now we want to create a work back schedule, right? So if we know the deadline is August 5th, 2018, then what are the different things that we need to do between now and then to get there? And this is where it's really important to set your intention for the week, right? So you know, okay, every month I need to accomplish this. So every 2 weeks I need to accomplish that. So every 1 week I need to accomplish this. And put in your calendar what you want to do every single day. When I was still working my 9 to 5, I would wake up in the morning and I would set one intention for the day. I knew I could not do it all. I knew I couldn't, book a new client and sell my membership and send out an email and put an Instagram post and write a blog post. I knew I couldn't do it all day. I only had like an hour or two in the evenings to work on this, but I would set myself one intention. Maybe I can finish off my blog today. Maybe I can post on Instagram today. Thank you guys so much for the hearts, by the way. Maybe I can email back that person I want to collaborate with. Whatever it is, I would just set one intention for the day. And it was that one thing that I would just keep focused in the back of my mind. So even when I was, bored at my job or I didn't feel like being there or I felt like I wasn't in the right place, I wasn't so much focused on that. I was focused on, well, what is the thing that I want to accomplish? And I would actually use every single little piece of time that I could to my full advantage. So I looked at my time and I valued my time like money. So on my walks to work or when I was commuting to work, I was working there. I was posting an Instagram post or I was writing a blog post or I was emailing someone back on the commute. If I was standing in line in the coffee shop, I was finishing off that blog post, I was really, really focused on the outcome that I wanted. And it was because I created that deadline for myself that I pushed myself, right? If I hadn't created the deadline of when I wanted to leave the job, then I might have just said, oh, I'll do it next week. I'll do it next week. I'll do it next week. And who knows, I might still be working there, right? And so that's why it's so important to have the deadline. The other thing that I want to remind you as well is that this is sort of more of a metaphysical thing, but the universe will never give you anything that you're not ready for, okay? The universe will not send you what you're not ready for. So before I left my job, I actually came to the conclusion that the reason why I was still there is because I actually had more to learn. I had to learn more about being a leader because I wasn't going to be a good founder of the type of business that I'm running right now if I didn't have that leader mindset, right? If I didn't have the mindset of, really standing for what I believed in, because I've always kind of been more of a shy person. So really, really standing for what I believed in. And I needed to have the mindset of, speaking before being spoken to. And I had to have the mindset of being a really, really good networker, and really, really connecting with people on a different level and understanding how to work with people who weren't exactly like me. Because guess what? When you launch a business, you're going to have to meet a lot of different people and not everyone's going to be the same as you. Actually, most people are going to be different than you. You're going to attract, the type of client that you want to work with, and they're going to be lovely, but they're still going to be different than you. So what I started to do was, instead of looking at the job as, oh, I can't believe that I'm there and I'm stuck and I hate it and blah, 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 I actually asked myself, what can I learn from being here? What can I learn from being in this situation? By the way, guys, if you're liking what I'm saying, please tap and leave some hearts for me. So I asked myself, what can I learn from being here? And I shifted my perspective, and instead of being grumpy that I was still there or whatever, I started to look at it as an opportunity that I still was able to work there, because I saw it as, oh my God, this is like my training camp, right? Instead of hoping that one day I'll be more of a leader, why don't I just try to be more of a leader now? And I started putting my hand up in meetings, right? Because I used to be that type of person who was afraid to put my hand up in meetings and speak before spoken to and take leadership on projects because I was worried what people might think of me. But I started to think, well, you know what? This is a perfect place for me to just practice. And if it doesn't go well, oh well, I want to work for myself anyway, so it's not the end of the world if it doesn't work out. So look at where you are as a great opportunity for you to learn what you need to learn about yourself, or maybe some skills that you need to learn to craft. So for example, even though I didn't love my retail job, there's a lot of things that I learned there that I'm actually really blessed that I learned. I learned how to multitask like a crazy person, because I would be selling like $10,000 worth of clothes in a day, even more around Christmas time. And so I had to be able to multitask with a whole bunch of different clients and customers who had a whole bunch of different needs. And the lady in the red jacket needed a size 23 in the jeans, and the guy over there was looking for something with his girlfriend and was completely lost in the store, whatever it is. So I had to learn how to work with, I had to work with a whole bunch of different people. I had to learn leadership skills there. That business was really well managed, so I learned a lot of management skills. So instead of, being like, oh, it sucks that I'm here, chances are the universe is trying to teach you a very important lesson, and, respond to it and listen to it and take from it what you can. And believe me, it's going to help you so much in the future, because everything that I learned in my past life is helping me so much more now. So one was make your money game plan. Very important, guys. I saw a lot of questions about that, so I'll be answering them at the end, and that kind of gives me ideas for future content for you as well. So really good to know. And number 2 was set that deadline for yourself. If you don't have a coach, that means that you have to coach yourself, okay? So you got to coach yourself, and you need to make sure that you are sticking to the outcomes that you decided on. And I'm just gonna have a drink. By the way, this is my only take yes for an answer mug. You can get it at shop.yesapply.co. I'm obsessed with it. It's like my favorite mug. It's so cute, right? I think it's adorable. Okay. So number 3, visualize how amazing it will be, right? So I don't know if you know this, but your subconscious mind doesn't actually know the difference between reality and what you visualize in your mind, what you think about in your mind. So every morning when you wake up, before you go to work, keep your eyes closed for a few minutes and see yourself working in your new business. See yourself owning your new business. See yourself packaging up orders and sending them out to your clients. See yourself, oh, you're so sweet. See yourself maybe working from home on your website and fixing it up, or doing Instagram lives, or whatever it is you see yourself doing. And it's so cool, because even before I knew that I'd ever be able to do this for a living, what I'm doing right now is what I used to wake up in the morning and visualize myself doing, and hoping that one day it would be my real life, okay? So, and thank you so much for the hearts, guys. I appreciate that. By the way, say hello. I really want to know that you're here. Let me know if you have a question, or let me know if there's something that you're working on that you want my feedback on, okay? So visualization is really, really strong, and it's really, really great to keep you motivated and focused on what it is that you want to create, because the only way that you're going to be able to create your yes is if you know what your yes is. And by waking up every morning and having that crystal clear idea of what you're wanting to create, it's going to help you get there so much faster. And also in terms of manifestation, if you wake up in the morning and you feel really good about what you're visualizing, it's going to come to you so much faster. Another thing that I used to do as well, because we all experience doubt, and I'm sure, especially before it, like the proof is in the pudding and you're making the money and you're doing it full time, it can be really scary. So a big thing that I used to do is I would remind myself how much my products and services were needed. So I reminded myself how much my story, my unique background, the way that I share my message, there was probably someone out there in the world that needed to hear it. And who I actually was sort of thinking of helping when I first started, as I would think of the people who were, working in retail jobs just like me, who were, sick of working there and wanted something different and didn't know how to get there. So I would just think of, people who were like the old me, they needed to hear that message. And I would just think about how important my products and services were needed. And I would stay really, really focused on sharing that message. So just keep reminding yourself, even when you're having those moments of doubt, even when you're at your job and you're like, oh my God, I cannot do this anymore. Just remind yourself how great your products and services are, how much people out there need it. And that's actually going to help you see your own value. And when it comes to selling your products and services, that's going to help you so much more. So the big thing is really stay focused on what's your one intention you're going to do every day. So waking up every day, setting that one intention for the day, one thing that you're going to do, really valuing your time. That is super important too. You can't just come home from your job that you hate and spend all evening like scrolling Instagram or anything like that, because that's not going to get you any further. That's just going to keep you stuck. So what you really need to do is sort of shut off all the distractions. Remind yourself that you are creating your own reality. Even like I can even see in my own past, in the jobs that I didn't like when I felt stuck, I was actually still creating my own reality. And it was up to me to learn what I needed to learn in those situations in order to create the life that really matched the vibration that I needed to be at. Okay, I needed to be at a different vibration in order to attract what I wanted into my life. And there was lessons that I needed to learn at that one level in order to get to the next level, right? So just be looking for what are those different signs, what are those different things I need to learn, and doing them. For me, a big thing, again, like I said before, was the leadership skills, was learning how to speak before spoken to. Like, think about it, guys. If I didn't have that trait, I wouldn't be here on live stream right now. Like, I wouldn't be creating products. I wouldn't be creating services. I would just be like, I hope someone likes me and I hope someone signs up for my stuff. And that kind of attitude does not work when launching a business. So there were things that I needed to learn back then that have helped me so much now. So even when you're in a situation that you're not in love with, what can you learn from that situation? If you're in a job that you feel stuck in, instead turn that feeling of being stuck into feelings of gratitude and see that as, thank God I have this opportunity to learn certain skills that I will probably need when I take my business full time, or I create this freedom-based lifestyle and I get the chance to practice here. Okay, great question to ask yourself too is, okay, so I know what I want. Who do I need to be to get those things, right? When I thought of the type of person that I needed to be the founder of a company like Yes Supply, I asked myself, who is the type of person I need to be in order to get that? And then I made sure that I acted as if I was that person back then, even when I wasn't doing it full time. So guys, you guys were such an awesome group. I really appreciate all the questions, all the hearts, all the people hopping in and saying hello. This was so much fun. So I'm going to come in and answer questions. Thank you guys so much for the hearts. Thank you for saying hello. If you're watching on the replay, again, say hello. Hello. I love to see you guys. Hi, Mildred. Thank you so much for joining. Can't wait to see you in LA. And by the way, guys, before I do the recap and before I answer the questions, I want to remind you, if you are in LA, or if you're close to LA and you can get to LA, I'm going to be in LA on February 12th. I am pairing up with one of my friends from Positive Soul. You can find her at positive__soul on Instagram. She has like a bajillion followers. And we're going to be talking all about manifesting. So today I talked a little bit about manifesting and how to, raise your vibration and really create a crystal clear visualization of what you want in your life in order to create the life that you want. We're going to be deep diving on how you can use the power of the law of attraction, law of vibration, different laws of the universe in order to really manifest the life that you want. Because it's really interesting. When I started my business, I thought that if you wanted to be successful, all you really needed was like an email list or a cool website. And then when I got into it, I realized how much more important mindset is, and mindset ties in really closely into manifestation, because you have to see what it is you want to create. You have to have the good feelings that it is coming to you. You have to expect it. So if you're going to be in LA on February 12th, I really want to meet you guys. You can find details of our hangout at yessupply.co/high-vibe. Sean is saying, let me know if I ever come to New York. I will. Sean, let me know if you have any other questions on that, by the way. So if you guys are in LA, early bird tickets actually end on, what day is it today? Early bird tickets end in 2 days. So right now, early bird tickets are only $75. It's going to be an amazing night. You guys are going to learn so much. There's going to be journaling and meditating and just really cool stuff. So I'm adding the link there for you guys to go check it out. I would love to meet you. I just did an event on Friday and it's sold out, but I got so many messages from people after who said, how can I come to an event like this? How do I come to a workshop like this? This looks so cool. I want to do these sorts of things. This is your chance. So come to LA. It's February 12th from 6 to 9 p.m. We're going to be answering your questions. We're going to be coaching you right there. You're going to be meeting like-minded, incredible, high vibe people. It's called High Vibe, and we're going to be showing you amazing, cool ways to raise your vibration, become more confident, say goodbye to the version of yourself that no longer fits you so you can create an incredible life that you absolutely love. And I cannot wait. So, okay, love you guys so much. Your muses are so inspiring. If you have anything and you're watching this in the replay, leave a question for me in the comments. I love to hear from you guys. And right now what I'm going to do is just go through. So hi, Pure BK. Hi, 2 Purple Butterfly 2. Hi, Mildred. Okay, Training and Lifestyle has a question. Actually, I feel like I need to go to the top because there was lots of questions, and I'll kind of go from the top. So, hi, Veronica Spirit Junkie. Hi, Avia Grierson. Hi, Nation of Leaders. Hi, LEC Live. Natalie, love me on Gary V. Guys, did you see this? talked to Gary Vaynerchuk today. It was so cool. Hi, Palestine. Hi, Brooke. Okay, so let me get started. So Little Frog Collection. Hello. I would love to be in one of your workshops like last 26 January. Oh yes, we already talked about that. English is not my first language, but I love everything that you talk about. You can 100% come, my love. You do not English does not need to be your first language. And actually there was some people there that I don't think English was their first language, and they fit in perfectly because everyone that I attract are absolute rock stars. Nation of Leaders. What was my defining moment when I knew I'd found myself and exactly where I had been aiming to reach? So I kind of have a pet peeve about questions of like the one thing. Like people love to ask you like, what was the one thing that you did in order to make your business successful or to hit 6 figures, or what was the one defining moment? I honestly believe that all of us are always in a natural state of growing. Every single time you learn something new, every single time you meet a new person, every single time you reach a new height in your business or your life or your health or your relationship, you're actually always going to change. So instead of looking at one specific defining moment, I would actually say that there's a lot of defining moments along the way, and even the ones that you can't necessarily remember or pinpoint are really, really important to you. I think a big one for me, one that I can really remember, was one day after I'd come home from the job that I hated, the retail job. I was just like, I'm sick of this. I'm over this. I cannot do this anymore. And what I did was I grabbed a journal and I just had this moment where I was like, you know what? If I can't find a job that suits me, if I can't get out of this retail like funnel tornado that I feel like I'm trapped in, if I can't find something else that's already out there, why don't I create it? Okay, and so I had a journal and I just started journaling out all the different ideas I had to turn a passion into a business. And I actually turned this into a formula. So if you're a member of my collective, or if you're somebody who wants to find your passion and purpose and turn it into a business, honestly, guys, head to yessupply.co/collective. It's probably going to be the best $20 you spend in a month. And I have a course called Find Your Passion and Turn It Into a Business. I walk you through step by step what I did to find out what am I actually passionate about, what is my purpose, and then I map out different business ideas that you can use to find your passion and turn it into a business. So a big defining moment for me was just writing down, and instead of trying to fit into the puzzle piece that was LinkedIn jobs and monster.ca jobs and all those different things, I decided, F all that other stuff, let me create my own thing. And it was by deciding to create something that truly fit me, where I wasn't trying to be a circle and a square peg and fit into what somebody else wanted for me. I instead decided I'm going to create my own thing. And that's when I came up with the idea for Yes Supply. And then since then, I've been able to be paid to be myself. And that's actually what I help people do. I help people figure out, who are you? Who are you really? What's your passion? What are your purpose? What are your natural gifts? And then how can you use it to get paid to be yourself and create freedom in your life? So yessupply.co/collective if you're asking what that is. And that was a huge defining moment for me, but there's lots of different defining moments. Hi, Avia Grierson. Hi, Meg Bonham. Hi, Everyday Career Girl, you're back. You're creating your own course about blogging. That's awesome. Training Lifestyle says, what kind of business am I talking about? So you probably came in when I was talking about my membership site business. So membership site business is a business where you essentially take in members. It's usually a lower price point, like, you know, anywhere from like $20 to $60-ish. But of course, the price point is entirely up to you and your business model. And then because you're bringing in a higher amount of members, it's much, much easier for you to forecast how much money you're going to be bringing into your business every month, because chances are you're going to be able to keep most of those members as long as you're adding new content in your membership. So I started off doing a membership site, and I did a little bit of coaching, and I did a little bit of writing, and I got sick of that really quick. What marketing tactics did you use for money-making activities that I talked about? So really important thing is, first things first, make sure you have a product and make sure you've done your product research to make sure that it actually fits what your target client needs. Thanks for the hearts, guys, by the way, those of you who are answering questions. So a lot of people ask me, like, what are your best business tips for someone starting out? I put my best business tips for someone who's starting out in my collective, honestly. So head to yessupply.co/collective if you want to know like exactly how to do the research on your target client. And then what I did was I created a product, because I can't tell you how many people are scratching their heads wondering why their online business isn't making money and then they don't actually have a product yet. So I made a product, which was my membership site and was my coaching packages. And then in terms of marketing, I did stuff very similar to what I'm doing right now. So I shared the insights, the experience, the motivation, the inspiration that I had on live streams. And then I talked about my products and services and talked about how amazing they are and how much they can help people and how much love I put into creating them. And I talked about them on my live streams, and I showed people how to get to the website page to sign up. I also was growing a Facebook group, so I would pop into my Facebook group and do live streams. I'm actually going live on Facebook right now as I'm on Instagram, and I would go in there and I would meet people and I would see what types of questions people are asking, and I would type in the comments and I would answer their questions. And I really focused first on building a community. And I actually don't really like the word marketing tactics, because I don't think that you can trick people into buying your stuff. I think it's a way better approach to really just focus on who are the type of people that I want to help. I found for me that the type of people who I wanted to help were people who were very similar to me, which made it really easy for me to help them. So they were the type of people who might have had to overcome something tough in their life. Maybe they had low self-confidence or they were shy like I was. I used to be really shy, guys. And it's kind of cool because when I asked like quite a few months ago what everyone in my Facebook group was in terms of personality, and everyone was like INFJ, 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 and I'm an INFJ. And so it's clear that for me just showing up and sharing my story and wanting to be helpful and wanting to inspire people who were shy but wanted to shine their light and be light workers and change the world and help people, I was clearly attracting those people who saw something in me that they wanted to see in themselves. So I really just focused on building relationships first. And then if people felt like I was the right person to create the product or service that they needed, they would sign up. And it's really, when you just focus on the people side of it, it just becomes so much more easy and it is really fun. Okay, so I hope that answered your question, but honestly, if you want to know more about researching your target client, figuring out who your target client is, figuring out a perfect product to sell based on your passions and purpose, that's all at yessupply.co/collective. And I can type that for you guys in the comments too. So yessupply.co/collective. I'm typing with one hand for some reason, so it's taking me a long time. Okay, it's there. Cool. And great. Next question. What if you started a business and it's not enough to pay bills? So if you started your business and it's not enough to pay your bills yet, this is when it goes back to making your money game plan. So it depends, when do you want to leave your job? If you're not making enough to pay all your bills yet, maybe you're making enough to pay 50% of your bills, start putting all the money from your business aside in order to save that up so that when you're ready to go, you'll have maybe 3 months or 6 months ready to go. And by the way, guys, don't just go and quit your jobs tomorrow. Like, make sure you're making your own plan. Don't just blame it on me or something like that. But make that money game plan. If you started a business and it's not enough to pay bills, this is another thing too. A lot of times people take it really personally if their business isn't making money. If your business isn't making money, don't take it personal. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean you're not smart. It doesn't mean your products aren't good. It probably just means that you need to either work to get in front of more people, or you need to just work on your messaging a little bit so that your target client or customer can understand, you know, what you offer, what you do, and why it's so beneficial for them. Okay, so see a lot of people who are like stuck and they're like, oh, my business isn't working, and oh my God, I'm not good enough. And no, none of that is true. That's not what it means. It just means, okay, well, what is working and what's not working? Do you have a whole bunch of already happy customers and clients, but you're struggling to get more? Okay, maybe you need to put more time and energy into your marketing, or maybe you need to invest a little bit of the money that you've already made into hiring someone to help you with the marketing, or maybe you need to hire a coach, or maybe you need to sign up for a course, or you need to sign up for something like what I offer, the collective, that walks you through and helps you with those sorts of things. So Facing a failure never means that you're stuck. It never means that you're not good enough. It just means that you need to look at the situation that you're in and get a little creative so you can figure it out for yourself. And I don't know what kind of business you have, so I can't give you a specific answer on that, but chances are it will just take a little bit of creativity and a little bit of perseverance. And we've all been at those moments in our life and in our business when we feel stuck. And it's just really important to look at it and say, okay, this isn't working, but this is working. So maybe I need to do a little bit more of what is working. Or, you know, it's not working for me, but it's working for that other guy who does have a successful business. So what is he doing that I'm not doing? And how can I learn from him? I'm not saying copy and I'm not saying steal, but how can we look at what people are doing that's working and get inspired and get creative and maybe work a little bit harder or change up our strategies a little bit in our own lives and businesses, right? Everyday Career Girl says, can we collab? Yeah, you said you were going to move to Canada, right? So I'd love to see you when you're here. Training and lifestyle. I have a training and lifestyle blog and I want to monetize it better online. Would you give me a tip about the traffic to the website and affiliate programs? So my top drivers of traffic, my very top driver of traffic is Pinterest. I'm actually working on a masterclass on Pinterest that's going into my collective this week. So even though I have 30,000 followers on Instagram and I have quite a few people in my Facebook group, my number one driver of traffic is Pinterest. So that really shows how powerful Pinterest is. So definitely look at Pinterest and see how you can use Pinterest for your own business. If you go back on my Facebook page or you find my YouTube, I talked a lot about Pinterest. You can grab some strategies from there. But Pinterest is super, super powerful in terms of getting traffic. And then affiliate programs, I'm not super deep in affiliate programs, but what I would say is find a company that you align with, right? So what is a company where you really, really believe in your products? Reach out to them and ask them if they have an affiliate program. Or you can go on companies like clickbank.com. Clickbank.com, you can go through an entire list of probably thousands of different companies that offer affiliate programs. You can sign up for all of them, and that can be the products that you market with affiliates. And then also amazonaffiliates.com. I started making money first with Amazon affiliates. Blah, I've seen you before, but I'm sorry, I probably did not pronounce your name. But you said, I so needed this. I'm so glad that you tuned in. And I'm so happy that you came. It's so lovely to see you. Everyday Career Girl says, I haven't been able to make money on my site. Any suggestions? So I just named some suggestions. So that probably answered your question because it's very similar to the previous one. But again, it's create a product that you're in love with, create a product that you think your target client or customer would be in love with, put it out there, share it with the world, let people know how much you believe in it and how much you think it can help them. If it's not working, where can you get creative with your communications, with the wording that you're using to share your messaging of what you're working on? Or if you really can't figure it out, it's probably a good idea to invest in a coach or sign up for a course or something that can help you, doing research for something that can help you. And my collective is great for that. Oh, Going Concern says, just joined the collective today. Welcome. Make sure you join the Facebook group. Everyone there is amazing. Solaris Garden, who I answered her question, says, I'm the best. Thanks so much for the content. My gosh, this is a long one. Balanced Life Movement. I'm a creative art therapist and founder of Balanced of Movement. I love your tips from new clients. Love your subscription suggestions. Does this work for service-based business? Yes, this is perfect for service-based business. My business is a service-based business. So as great as, e-commerce businesses are and everything like that, I much prefer freedom-based businesses. I much prefer businesses where there's no inventory to hold on to. So subscription service are perfect for service-based businesses. Actually, I have a free masterclass all about building a membership site business, and my membership site course is going to be relaunched really soon. But in one of the guides, I give a whole list of different ways that you can use a subscription service for a service-based business. So for example, for you might want to create content that talks about creative arts and balance of movement, which I'm not actually sure what that is, but you can definitely videotape yourself working on that kind of thing, make workbooks or ebooks talking about it. If you create like meditations or audios, you can put that in your membership site. Guides, you can have master classes, you can have Q&As. Honestly, the opportunities are endless. And I listed off like different businesses that membership sites are perfect for. So maybe if you're a social media marketer and you want to be able to share your, social media insights, you can create templates and guides and put it in there. One of the women in my course was an accountant. So she created a resource place for people who couldn't really afford a one-on-one accountant or bookkeeper. They can just log into her membership site and get access to all her amazing templates and stuff. So really, a membership site can be as creative as you want. One of my one-on-one clients, she has an events business. So her subscription service business, there's no content in it. It's when people come to her events, they're members for her events, and they just pay monthly to be members so that they can attend her events. Balalua says, I'm a really shy person and founded a growing organization for the youth in South Africa called Young and Spirituality Inspired. Believe me, I used to be really shy too. And just from showing up and doing stuff like this, I just learned how to be less shy and I got over my fear. So it's so possible, my love. Training and lifestyle, I just landed by visualizing it and just showing up and daring to socialize with the community. I just landed, I'm not sure what you said, but I'm going to guess you said client. I just landed at client by visualizing it and just showing up and daring to socialize with their community. Great job, guys. This was so much fun. I will let you guys know if I come to New York. Serena_A says, this is exactly what I need today. I'm so glad to hear that. I love to hear that. Someone says they're going to go check out my site. Great. Amazing. Everyone's sharing their links. How much face do you show on your brand? I struggle with that. Honestly, there's no perfect amount. Honestly, just asking yourself what is right for you. I like to do lives. That's just me. The topic is pinned. It's how to stay focused on your passion when your current career doesn't allow your creativity to flourish. Vid on creating meditations. I'm creating that in my subscription. She talks about subscription service membership for your business. Okay, great. That was so much fun. That was a long one. Once I get going, I can just talk all night. Thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you for all of the hearts. I still see some hearts coming in. I really appreciate that. So I will be back tomorrow around this time. I will probably have some friends over. So there might be some friends in my chat. So that'll be really fun. If you have any questions, actually I already have a topic for tomorrow, but if you have questions, let me know and I can try and answer them. So I hope to see you guys tomorrow around 5 or 6-ish. If you want to make sure you don't miss it, go to my Instagram profile, hit the button that says turn on notifications, and that way you'll always get my notifications so you know when I'm going live, because I don't just go live for no reason. I usually share like really good content that's going to help you find your passion, find your purpose, stay motivated, or create a freedom-based business or coaching business. So you definitely want to tune in. I love you guys so much. If you're in LA, I want to meet you in LA February 12th. Head to yessupply.co/high-vibe. Thank you for coming. Make sure you hit the follow button. If you're watching on the replay, say hello and make sure to share.